Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you very much for coming again here on my live. As you can see, I have my friend, special guest, Captain Chris Johnson. Last night, we were fortunate enough that Mr. Mufareh, our brother, called Chris. They were chatting. He was excited and just had to chat, had to let it loose. And he called Chris. They had a fantastic time on the phone. Some things they brought up and some things they can't, private, understood. And then he said, look, you want to get together, and the rest was history. And I'm so glad that happened. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a recap exactly how I saw it. I chatted with Chris. We chat every day, guys. I mean, you know that by now. And give you a summary just exactly what happened last night. Because, like I said, there was gold nuggets falling everywhere, and the pride that I had was like, when you have a child born, and you're in the room, they come and tell you, it's a boy, it's a girl, and that feeling is overwhelming. And yesterday, because we know if you're tied in at all, if you're plugged in at all, we know that Mr. Mufareh does nothing unless it's perfection. It's who he is. And I want to tell you something, as anxiety people get, or the nervousness and when and how and why, trust me, trust me, trust me. In the long run, the joy and the happiness and the pride you will feel because he is who he is and delivers a package that is untouchable, like the movie, The Untouchables. You're going to be so, you'll look back and just say, oh my God, I'm glad we didn't do this beforehand. I'm glad we went that extra step. And I'll tell you what, a lot of things in Onpassive have to happen that way. Certain people coming out, certain people shining that maybe weren't, the ex- introverts that felt that the platform was a safe place to come out. Listen, this is not just products. Everything about Unpassive, everything's blooming in this field now. Everything's starting to come up to the light, and you're going, oh my God, can it get any better? I'm going to answer that for you. Yes, I can't believe it, but I see it every day. When as soon as I think, wow, I mean, how do you get any better than this? It gets better than this. But last night, seeing Mr. Mufareh, and like I said, I've been with this company 4.5 years. Seeing his reaction, the way he was talking, and the pride of this baby that's about to be born into the world, and him seeing it before we do, you knew the pride, what was in his heart, and how he felt that all the work, all the sacrifice, everything that a bouncing baby came out that was far superior than anything even anyone could imagine. But it's because of hard work. It's because he surrounded himself with the best of the best. He, they, none of them settled for second place. It was never thought of. It was thought about be the best, have the best, and on top of all that, make it simple to use. I'm going to go over a couple notes, and then Chris is going to fill in. Ash brought up something very important, and this is true because I did go look it up. There are solutions if we really wanted to solve something. So many things in this world are set up to band aid things, to make them go longer. A lot of politicians come out, and I'm not going to put down every politician because I'm sure in the beginning, for most of them, they had good intentions. But you get wrapped up in this wheel of crap, and all of a sudden you become crap through osmosis. I told somebody someday, you judge me by me. He said, well, of course I would do that. I said, yeah, but if enough people around you look green, you start to put up a lime color. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it's the way society is. So when he said we could solve this poverty problem, for example, okay, I had looked at one time, with 8 billion people and the 460 or 400, whatever it was, trillion that the value of in the world, the amount of total value uh, would be able to give each woman, child, everybody you see on TV, the poor little kids standing in line to get a drink of water or a little bit of rice or a piece of bread would get 60 some $1,000. And let me tell you, that that breaks my heart. But I believe and I know, forget about believe. I believed and now I know that Onpassive is going to take a bite out of poverty. It's going to take a bite out of injustice. It's going to put shoes on the shoeless, water for the people that are thirsty, food for people that are hungry, and it's going to give them the hope and the lives that they can become the best of themselves. And to me, oh my gosh, and it'll make an impact. I believe, and I've said this, talked with Chris about it. He believes, many of the people I talk to, the conversation will be before Onpassive or after Onpassive. And that's pretty powerful. Oh, Connect was nailed yesterday. That's the word that Ask uses when it was perfected. It doesn't mean that it's not going to have more enhancements. It'll never end. But it was nailed yesterday. No other at this time in the world can compare to Onpassive with the features it already has, the value. Listen, if you're going to be at a lower cost, at a higher technology, with more features, and be fun to use, you have opened the market of a conference platform, video conference platform to everyone. When they first came out, I think it was more geared towards big business and people in conference rooms and people in suit and ties. Onpassive has knocked the glass ceiling down and now open it to everyone. Everyone. You want to train, you want to teach, you want your kids to get on it, you want to do a family reunion because you can't get together. Onpassive is good for individuals, small business, medium, large, anybody that walks the planet. And that is unbelievable. And let me tell you where the genius comes in. And he said this, all of that, the most technical video conferencing platform in the planet is the most friendly and easiest to use. That is the definition of genius. Because let me tell you, usually something that complicated, that big, that hard to that much technology, you have to go to some kind of class to figure out how to use it. But they took the extra time to say, not only are we going to give you the bells, the whistles, the grandness of Onpassive, my grandmother could use it. That's amazing. That is very, very powerful. Onpassive has created the most impressive video conference platform ever. Mr. Mufareh doesn't say things like that unless he means it. He just doesn't. He doesn't. And even yesterday he goes, so what's up? Nobody asked me. I don't have to ask him. I know he is a stickler for perfection. That's why we are where we are. Everybody says, well, why don't we? Because if we did everything like everybody else, we would be everybody else. We're not. We're Onpassive. Big difference. More features, simple to use. Like I said, he said this is genius. More features and more simple to use. Crazy. To put those two together, I've seen companies try it. My own company that I work for started to get into big technology and have things run automatic. It was a nightmare. Yes, it worked, but we had a lot of problems trying to get the operators to understand it. You see, and Ash took all this into consideration. Why? He wants everyone to want to be using OConnect. Why not? You know, we look at it, you can do anything in OConnect. I've had people come on, yeah, but I'm this and I do this and my passion is this. OConnect will change your life. I don't care what your love is or what your passion is. The fun factor. Listen, this is embarrassing. I'm 63 years old. First time we got on OConnect, my big behind turned into a 12-year-old. I was clicking stuff and forgot that I am an adult. Okay, click, hello, hey, how you doing? I'm watching the emojis, and yeah, there was 20,000 people probably going, I think Marty's on some kind of drug. I was. It was called the Onpassive drug. Anyway, lower price than all others with amazing features once again. And now on top of all that, okay, all that and steroids, okay, whatever. We are maxed out on all that, the value, the technology. Guess what the company wants to do? Share the revenue. Yeah, that's pretty rare, don't you think? So that's amazing. Like you said, we could have launched earlier, but OConnect needed to be the best of the best. It needed to be the standard of Onpassive. If I come to you and I just opened my restaurant, that first plate I set on your table better be the best thing you ever ate. Because I'll tell you what, you all done it. I've done it. You go to a restaurant and when you get back in the car with your wife or your friends and you go, gotta remember this place. It was amazing because you know a lot of places you go and you go, that filled my stomach, but it wasn't very satisfying. So Onpassive needs to build the standard of the company on day one. And like he said, they nailed it. That's the word Ash uses. We'll do the same with all he said. But we had to start somewhere. Think about the genius of this. They took one of the harder products, right? If not the hardest product up to this point. Most technical, most entangled with many, many things, okay? And went after that first. Why? Think about what it did. The confidence that it built for all of us, me, Chris, all of you. And by the way, when I talk, I'm talking to you. Chris and I are always talking about you. But think about what it did to the tech team. Think about what it did to even Mr. Mohammed Nazel or Mohammed Kamal. You know, you're making this thing, there's smoke and you're welding and all this stuff. And then when the smoke clears and you clean it up and you look back and go, oh my God. Think about the confidence. And now you come up with other products that are very difficult to do, but nowhere near this. You're gonna nail them, as Ash says. All the other products are gonna go to that standard minimum. All of them minimum that standard. There's email platforms, maybe 100 of them. Then there's Onpassive OMail. There's many, many social media. And then there's ONet. There's many video conferencing platforms, many. And then there's OConnect. That's how Onpassive is going to run. And that's how, listen, he said it right in the beginning. He's always said it. I'm not going to pressure anybody to come to want it. You come look at it, and then you decide. That's how confident they are. I feel the same way. If I had just OConnect, I could change my family's life forever. Guaranteed. But to have all the other on top of it, the many, many facets of success, let's call it, is mind blowing to me. And like he said, there'll be many products, and then there's Onpassive. Every product, like he said, will be nailed. We're all part of greatness, and I want to remind everybody. When you hear me talk about that and this and him and her, I'm talking about you also. You saw us on 360. We did not rehearse. Nobody in that meeting can be told what to do. They say what they believe and how they feel. And everybody's sung the same tune. And it was about you. And about you can do whatever with this company. And I know it because I lived it. I was fortunate enough that part of my why in life was the journey itself. Did I know it at first? No, I had no idea. But I love doing this. I love talking to people. I'm a treasure hunter, but more of a treasure hunter of people seeing where they've been and knowing there's more there, knowing that they haven't really broke the ice yet. And when you see it, you go, "Oh my gosh, I never met that person." In the last 4 weeks, I've met 30 or 40 people that I did not know, heard names. Some of them were names that weren't their real name, and then saw them in person on video and go, "Oh my God, where has this person been?" And you got to believe there's thousands out there like that. And in the world, there's millions. You don't think they're going to jump in on passive as soon as they understand what it is? It's lights out. And one other thing I want to bring up, and there's something that's floating around, and I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and he can take his time, do whatever he wants. Fasten your seatbelt because he's in rare form today. I'm warning you. Yeah, and that maniac also drank coffee. I pray for all of you. I hope my computer stays on my table. But here's one thing I want to say, and this is the God's honest truth. Please stay in the now. Say what you know. Be proud of what we're in, but tell the truth and try to be as correct as you can. And if you don't know something, it doesn't hurt that bad to say, "This is my belief, and this is what I believe, but I'm really not sure." We'll get it because everything's going to be clear. If you have anxiety about what's next, you're living wrong. Just back off and live now, as Robin the voice always says. One thing I want to make clear, something that's been passed around. I didn't talk to Chris about this, but I found out from the voice. Some people are passing around that one O coin is worth $2. That's not what he said. At this point, right now, and has been since I've known anything about O coin, it's worth $1. One O coin, $1. Okay. So where that came from, I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to make that clear. I want to thank everybody for being here. Like I said, I've jibber jabbered for 19 minutes, but I'm turning over to Chris. This is his part of the show. And like I said, thank you, everybody. I mean that. Chris, here you go, buddy.
Well, hey. Yeah, you darn right. I am fired up. Marty, you hit every point I wanted to talk about, but one that I really am excited to say. Now, I'm not the update guy. I'm not the recap guy. I'm the guy that just wants to come on here and let you know I'm a retired old guy. OG, original. What do they call it? What he said. I'm fired up because yesterday listen, my day was so much work, busy. And at the end of the day, after I got all my stuff done, I got a funny phone call, but we'll talk about that. One thing Ash Mufareh did say, and I loved it, and I wrote it down because I think it's important. Children will be addicted to learning because of the fun factor. Understand that? The fun factor. I love that he said it. And also the parents, and Marty talked about the lower price. I mean, it just keeps getting better. And you know what? I could probably sit there and tell you my entire conversation with Ash, but I won't. But hold on. What Ash Mufareh also stated, and again, I'm not the recap guy. O Connect is setting the standard for every single product that's going to be coming out. AI induced, digital, automated. And when you guys actually see this, you already seen part one. All right, you're going to be totally blown away. The stuff that we talked about yesterday was so way off the beaten path. I absolutely enjoyed it. He needed to let some things out. I could hear it in his voice. He was fired up. He really just wanted to talk to somebody. And you know what? That is, it was to me, it was great, man. I'm glad I could be there for you. It was just the luck of the draw. Honest to God, 5 seconds later, I was jumping in the shower. And he called and ended up being on the phone with him for a couple hours. And he said, let's do a Zoom. Let's do this, man. You want a little people or a lot of people? Well, more people the better. Okay, we're gonna get it going. I called the old DeGarmo, and of course, it just goes crazy from there. Listen, there's one thing that I want to tell the world right now, or whoever's watching, about Ash Mufareh, is you honestly don't know who he is. When I say that, I mean you really don't understand who he is. The reason, and this is stuff that I asked him yesterday, and he was very open about everything. One of the biggest reasons that Ash Mufareh built and designed and thought about Onpassive, okay, when we say we're the correction to the corruption, he was the guy that was corrupted. They took total advantage of him, and a lot of people still don't understand that. All right. So what did he do? He said to himself, I can do better. I can help more people. In the process of all the other things he did before Onpassive, he was probably one of the most loved people on the internet. Literally. And then you got a lot of bad stuff said about him on the internet, and I've openly discussed all those things with him. I want to hear both sides of the story always. And like I thought, it's pretty amazing. I'm not going to share that with you. There's something in the works Marty's working on later that will share some of the stuff. I was telling Marty this morning, I feel obligated to protect not only Onpassive, but the Mufareh family for what they go through on a daily basis. I get hammered by people on a daily basis of names, and some of the things he told me, I was completely blown away how people reacted. He's talked about the repairing, where one of our conversations, I'll tell you this. He looks at it this way. We had a really deep discussion on this. Why should I pay attention to negative people when I have so much good to do? And why do people, and this is my mystery question, I say the same thing. Why do people get so upset with me for just wanting to treat and do the world better? Ethical, clean. And I never had this discussion with him before. And it really broke my heart, to be honest with you, because he was opening up, saying all kind of things. But in the back of his mind, he was so exploding, wanting to tell people what was really going on. And that was probably kind of what started this the whole day yesterday. When he talks about standards in our first paid product that's coming out soon, all right, and you're going to see the standard. This was a must for him, his tech team, like Marty talked about being a perfectionist. He wanted it beautiful because he knew this was the lead dog of many dogs coming out afterwards. When you see this, and then you realize that everything that he's going to come out afterward, they're connected together. They're going to be, it's when we say, I could go over and say a million things we've said for years. It's all under one roof. How many of you have ever seen anything all under one roof? Normally you got to jump through hoops, go here, go there. All right. All under one roof. And Marty has said it again. And he's doing it for us. He's doing it for people that wanted a change. He's doing it for the little guy who maybe never had the opportunity. He's doing it for the justice of the world, the right way of doing things, to show people that things can be run better, done better. more ethical, not all about one or two people getting super rich. We actually talked about Elon Musk. Very, very, very in-depth conversation. But I want you all to know that you really still don't understand who Ash Mufareh is. And that is the story that I'm going to be telling the rest of my life to people that really don't know who he is. I think the problem with most people is they look, like I said, you go on the internet, there's that pill that says you can lose all the weight in the world and eat all the chocolate you want. And I say, don't believe everything that people say on the internet. A lot of it's just hyped. It's called they want clicks. You got people, and I'll tell this to founders right now, there's other YouTube channels that are against us. I ask you, unsubscribe to those channels because they're only telling you lies. And we discussed that yesterday. And he kept saying, Chris, what do you think it is that people, and I gave him my opinion, and he always comes back with like amazing answers, but now you're talking to him one-on-one. Ash Mufareh is never out to impress anybody except for the products and his company that he designed. There he wants to impress the whole world. But himself, if you just had a regular conversation with him, he's a very amazing person. I wrote so many things down. The revenue Marty touched on, how he said it, I loved it. Well, we had to have it the Onpassive way. So what do? We're going to share the revenue. Show me another CEO in his situation that ever said that. Hey, yeah, we're going to share everything, my wealth with you. Right there and then, that constantly blows me away. Of like a guy saying, I really just want people to be happy. I want people to smile. And we talked about him addressing. He actually addressed it yesterday. I thought it was really cool about him owning the computer. I was a little confused in what he was saying, but then I thought about it. Things that you guys don't really know about Ash Mufareh and why he's saying, I want you to see the best of the best with new laptops, computers, whatever. He knows people don't have a lot of money, but let me tell you a little story. What you think you came from, he came from a lot worse. That's what a lot of people don't know. All right. And I'm not going to share that story. I think hopefully he will someday. And what he's saying is, if I can do it, anyone could do it. I asked him this question. I thought it was one of my best questions. Who taught you how to be a marketer? That's what I asked him. He said, well, creativity. And I said, you're a natural. He goes, yeah, that might be part of it, but my creativity never allowed me to stop. I knew there was better ways. I knew there was different ways. And if you know the past Ash Mufareh, he helped out literally thousands of people. He said back then that was his bless by building huge teams, and then he just gave them away. He just gave them away. And this is the conversation. We weren't on a webinar. We weren't on a, where everyone's listening. It was just two guys having a talk. And I have a whole different mindset. I always respect Ash Mufareh. But after some of the things he told me yesterday, I really have a whole new way of thinking. Because some of the questions that maybe never were asked on a webinar, I ask them. Because I just want to know about him. When I first met him, it was me, Marty, and I can't remember who else was on there. He's expecting us to ask questions about Onpassive. I said, hey, man, what were you like as a kid? What kind of music did you like? Stuff that I think is important that I want to know about him. And he just kind of looked at me funny, and he answered. I was a geek. I was a bookworm. I love to read. All right, this is the guy, the CEO, that's going to change the world. This is the guy from since he was a little boy, he did have dreams. And the difference between Ash Mufareh and most people is he did it. But he took all of us with him. And I absolutely love it. When O Connect comes out, all right, I tell people, be prepared. We've been telling you this, well, for a long time, but now I'm really telling you, be prepared. All right. Marty made a good point. If you don't know something and you're not sure, don't say it, because there's still a lot of people out there putting out some just the wrong information. Don't make a mistake by doing that. Just put out what you know. We put everything in the back office. You hear about us talking to us on our lives. Put out the right stuff. Keep people informed of what's going on. Let them know there's no worries. I just had a text from Norel. Chris, people still think they're, and I'm going to say this again. Let me rephrase this again. It's all done for you. And I said, yeah, people that did more, you're right. People that worked hard did a lot more things than some people. Yeah. But guess what? Everyone is going to get to the same point as the next guy, as the biggest guy who was one of the originals. And that's what I love about it. All right. You got people like us that go out and talk about it every day. And there's a lot of you that do it. And then there's people who are just kind of laid back. They're really not, they're afraid to get out and talk about it. Guess what? It's still going to happen for you. Put that fear behind you. Ash Mufareh didn't build a system where people will fail. He built a system that everyone is on top, to the top, literally. Marty, back to you.
Beautiful. Chris, good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad we did this together. It just makes it so much smoother. 453 people, Chris. I usually get 10, 20, and look what the freak when I add you. It's sickening. Absolutely sickening.
I'm the 10 and 20 guy. What are you kidding?
No, you're not. I'm just kidding.
I doubled my people, so I like that. Hey, wait a minute. Before I say this, now, something I never do, I did post the webinar in the backs of updates because I think it's a great update. But I said in there, and I want you to listen to me right now carefully. Every word that comes out of Ash Mufareh's mouth on that webinar from last night, I need you to pay attention to. I need you to keep watching it over and over, because you're going to miss something. And I don't want you to miss anything. Everything that came out of that man's mouth last night was amazing. And it was all for all of us. So I want you to really pay attention when you watch it. And I'm telling you, now we're giving a little bit of recap. There's a lot more. But go listen to it for yourself. Sit and listen. I'm telling you, sit down and relax. Turn that webinar on and just pay attention. Be unpassive. All right? Get in that groove. Get used to the groove, because the standards are going to change, not only just for you and your family, but for the world. And I'm loving every minute of it. All right, Marty, back to you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Marty. You're muted. Nope. He got a new headset. Are you saying bye to everybody? Is that what you're doing? Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. Happy birthday, by the way, to Brandon the Miracle Man. Uh-oh. Nope. You ever see a guy so calm? I'd be panicking right now. Can you hear me, Marty? I can't hear you. No, there's nothing. I can't wait to just do Connect. This just goes to show you guys. Not everything is. There you go. I heard something.
Of course, I'm there. I'm there. Okay, I think my headset died. I killed it. I killed my headset. Anyway, one thing to look out for if you ever join a live with Chris, hope that he says these words. I know it sounds crazy. I have nothing. Because if he does that, it's going to be a fantastic show. He's totally the opposite of what he says. All right, anyway, let me do some shout outs to everybody. We had a very good, a great show. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. It means a lot. Thanks for being tied in. First person we have here on my list is Casey. There we go. Shorty filled it in. Praveen Kumar, hello, Gifty. You light up the room as always. Yin Yang 44.4, Pitmata, Donovan Goulborn. Oh, that's a new name. Donovan, thanks for being here. Empowerment Network, Comfort, love you all. Oh, is that Comfort? Oh, yeah, it is. Hello, Comfort. Guys, don't forget about Comfort. She is a powerhouse. And we all need to listen to her. Okay? Let me move on down. I keep forgetting she's Empowerment Network. You guys should not be missing her. Gemma Ramicki, one of the dynamic duo sisters, is here. Thank you very much. Aaron Frost. Armin Hogue. I believe it is Hogue. I have trouble saying Hoagie without Hogue without E. Hoagie. But anyway, hello, Armin. Robert D. Oakes is in the house, and right behind it, there she is, Listra. Nah, forget it. Just forget it. S. Williams, hello. M. Kylie, thank you for being here. Kiana McCullough, here's a lady that I didn't know weeks ago. I see her all the time, and she's magnificent and amazing. She's like 7'2". I lied, about 4'10". About 1.5 inches taller than Chris. hey, and 4 inches taller than Ghostwinder. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Ghostwinder. Sukhdeer Kumar. David Switzer's in the house. David, my man. Yes, we love you, David. Don't even question it. I know Mike Ellis doesn't, but we do. I'm just kidding, David. Anyway, Amnish Kuhan. We have Robert, the one and only Tantillo, saying hi to Dan, Casey, Carl, Yin Yang. That helps me out a lot, by the way. Mujender. Roy M. James Yates, my man James, how you doing? Richard's in the house. Kevin Mountain Man Rutledge, my other brother from another mother, Collins Manna, is in the house. I don't know if they have a show today, but I know a few times a week at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. You don't want to miss them either. These people should be listened to. They really, really stay with the now, and they do their very best to tell the truth always. Anita, be happy. Hello. Hector Diengo. Whoa. Sorry about that, but thank you, Hector, for being here. I like the guy I met last night from New Jersey. A pretty cool guy.
Remember his name?
Quan or Quana.
Qua.
What's up?
Yeah.
He's from New Jersey. I don't need that. I don't need to ask anything. Tanya, Onpassive, thank you for everything you do, really. I mean that. Franchette.
Uh-oh. Look who's texting you.
Oh, it's Ron Holbert. Hello, Ron. I'll get to you in a minute. the Yi Vang, welcome. Chandan Mujamdar. We have Karina Lance. Hello, Karina. Bitmata's in the house. Eric, my man. Kessler's here. I'm going down pretty quick here. I got to get moving because Chris needs to say some shout outs too. I know it's only 3 or 4, but still, we got to give them the time. I'm blessed. I can't help myself. I don't know why I can't just let it go. Yeah. Cynthia, downtown Brown, city of brotherly love, all kinds of ideas, Mrs. Brown, and cheesesteak capital of the world. Roblin Live at 8, like I said. I believe Mino is having a new router put in, so she's going to be on fire tonight.
That's right.
And Frank Ampansa, my friend, he's in O'Heroes on Sunday. Very, very super guy. I feel honored to call him my friend. Anil Sharma. We got family all over the world. My Indian family, Bangladesh. Oh, Tuesday, if you'd like to join me, I'm really going to try to make their, I believe it's Independence Day, Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to share that with everybody as we get closer and closer. I did open up a room for them. Oh, I thought somebody was pulling up. Ellen, Penny Bruvold. Oh, I love seeing new names. That just means we're spreading out. Ron Holbert wrote again. I haven't had time to look at. Maybe he wants me to read something. Hold on.
I turned my
Great.
off.
Made myself sick. Oh, thanks, buddy. Great show. Thank you, Ron. And Ron, guys, have you seen Ron? He's got. He looks like he is 20 years younger. Moving around, the color of his face, it makes me feel. I love it. Oh, when everybody sees him, oh my God, Ron. Yeah, freaking pacemaker changed his life. I'll tell you what changed his life. 1,400,000 prayers. That's what changed his life. What else we have, Casey? I said it. Okay, I think I'm good. By the way, everybody, prayers for Dawn. The wind beneath these freaking wings. Could you imagine that? Oh, she's down, not feeling very good. Some kind of cold. And when she's down, we're all down, okay? So she is the rock of the house. I think I said everything. I'm going to turn it over to, I hate missing people because I know Myra Aquino, thank you for being here. Armando, what's happening? I said hello. Levy Mambolo, welcome. Michael Champagne, thanks, buddy. Oh, by the way, one of my favorite ladies, Mino, gave me a super sticker. Mino, thank you. And let me see. Okay, thank you very much. That's a blessing. Here's Chris, and then we'll close it out.
All right, I'll be quick. Number one, out to the shout out bad team, Muhammad Squared, the leaders up in the different countries that are doing amazing things for us. On behalf of the entire Passive family, we thank you for all the hard work you're doing. You guys don't remember Ash Mufareh did 9 hours straight on a basically do an O Connect and came right into me and right into the webinar. He was going all night. Again, happy birthday to Brandon, the Miracle Man. I know it's his birthday today. Give him a shout out for his birthday. We will win the world. Tanya Henner on Passive. I tried getting you on the panel. Last night, we got a whole bunch of new people on the panel, which Ash loved. And I said, listen, we got these same people talking. Love you all, respect you all, but let's make some room for some new people. Every single time we do this, we're going to change that. We're going to bring in new people. Ash loved that idea. So, Dondra and Billy Wen, Robin Noble, Bill Musk, John White. There's my original team. Narelle Warcon, Yvonne Mackett. Say some prayers for Kenton Patterson. He's having some issues with health. He lives in New Zealand. I also need you to help say prayers for Maui in Hawaii, that one of the islands that just burned the whole place down. They need prayers, a lot of them. Also, Turkey had an earthquake last night at 5.2. Listen, the world, the best place and the safest place right now is in Passive. The way the world's going, thank God Onpassive is coming. And here, Elsie Patch, Krista Gracia, I can't say that. D. Sagama, M. Kaylee, all my favorites. Time Marty. I got a million people on here, but I love every one of you. Pat Parent, Pam and Kevin. I'm thinking off the top of my head now. Minnow, Paradise, we love. Thank you for rocking it last night. To everyone that trusts us to give you the right information, we thank that means a lot to us. We're not always perfect at things, but you have no idea the feeling we get when people actually trust us, and we love it from all over the world. And we don't ever want to break that trust. We want to give you everything perfect on a daily basis that we can, that we know. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Marty DeGarmo, if you want to say hi or thanks. And oh, I forgot, I better say it. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, we don't want to leave Ash out. Oh, and by the way, I want to say what I want to reiterate what Chris said. Thank you for the team. Thank you for the corporate side, the tech guys, the managers, all the people involved all around the world. I know you know, but the impact you're having and the legacy that you're leaving this world with has got to make you proud. If it doesn't, something's wrong, because you're the best of the best. And I appreciate everything all of you do. I truly, truly do. I get to have a why. I get to live the best part of my life because of Onpassive. So I'll never, never not be super grateful. Never. Anyway, I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to shut it down. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Tomorrow, I will be here with the voice, Robin Noble. Yep. So I'm going to talk before she does, so I don't look like an idiot. Anyway, I'll see you all.
Red will be doing a live tomorrow Saturday. He'll be back. He's celebrating with one of his nephews right now. And I will
that's right.
be fishing.
He will be fishing. All right, I'll see you.